Oh yeah, we here with Mr. Daniac the Maniac.
Oh yeah.
Check out this wall of fame over here. Got so many people. I'm gonna ask you about that pretty soon. But first of all, how are you, Mr. Maniac, Mr. Daniac the Maniac? You chilling here?
Just
Talk to
chilling.
me.
Having a good day.
Yeah.
A lot of music done over the last few days. Some days I just do it all day long. 16 hour rap days. Just putting all I got into my craft.
Okay, so you sound like a very serious type of guy.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're not clowning around.
Not clowning around for 1 second. I'm doing everything I can to make rapping a career for me. And I'd like to become as popular and as famous as I could be. Long-term plan, I could see myself getting to a pretty high level with my work ethic, with the passion I have for rap. I think I'm headed far. Okay,
so you sound so serious, but your name is Daniac the Maniac. So I don't get it. Are you crazy or what's going on? What's the deal? What's the deal with your name?
That's actually how I got into rap, because I was struggling with bipolar disorder. So I was having these insane mood swings where I would go from thinking I was like a god almost, literally thinking I'm the Messiah, and going around doing all these crazy things in public, just losing control of myself basically, to then having months of depression. And these mood swings just made Daniac. One day I said, I'm gonna start making rap music because I can share my story. And it's all my experiences are not typical at all. All my experiences, people want to hear about them because they're
so talk about some of them. Talk about one of them.
Talk about one of them. All right. Well, I was in Florida, and I biked. At the time, I used to bike quite a bit. I biked 90 kilometers.
You participate in triathlons, correct?
I used to participate in triathlons.
Oh, okay.
I biked 90 kilometers in.
You also made it to the world's quarterfinals, correct?
I made it to World Championships.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't go because I was hospitalized for 6 weeks due to my bipolar symptoms, and during those episodes, you'd be surprised at things that happen. You go nights without sleeping. The longest I've gone, I think I've gone 3 or 4 nights without sleeping. I've gone 3 or 4 days without food or water, just because you're so focused in that moment, you don't even think you need those things. You think, like, imagine one day you wake up, you think you're the Messiah, you think you have to save the world. The last thing on your mind is gonna be food and water.
Okay, so things are hectic and they're serious.
Yeah, the last 2 years, just absolute chaos, and
so in other words,
intensity in my life.
So that's the type of stuff you try to bring to your rap. But what about the lighter things in life? What about the things that are not quite as serious and more jokingly?
It's something I struggle with. I struggle with just taking it easy for a day. I almost find it makes me depressed to just have an easy day. So I'm always working. It's just the way I am. Yeah. Okay,
but what about for example, the lighter things in life, as in having fun with your friends, or I don't know, playing a game of basketball? Don't you rap about some of those things too?
I usually keep it pretty serious, but I mean, I can make a funny. I'm very good at making humorous songs. I find.
So you have a lot of humorous songs.
I have a lot of humorous songs, because when you think of Daniac, you think of people.
You think of a maniac.
You think to laugh at people who are crazy. I mean, like, if I said this, for example, someone's talking to a clock. I've witnessed that in the hospital. Witnessed a man talking to a clock and thinking that it's actually the clock is someone to talk to. So you're gonna laugh at that. It's funny. So I mean, I bring some of my experiences, weird stuff I've done in the past. I put it into my songs. I also like to just joke around and pretend I've done all these things, just to go with my persona.
Okay, so your persona basically is that you want to be a maniac.
Well, I am a maniac. So either way,
that pretty much that pretty much sums up everything. And
either way, you're gonna get that in my music, but you're also gonna get a lot of extreme mood swings. You're gonna see me so depressed that I'm having suicidal thoughts. That I just can't stop complaining about life not being worth living. And there's just such a struggle that goes behind it. Yeah.
Okay, so
that's also why I named my first mixtape Musical Polarity.
Which I was just gonna ask you.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask you what type of projects you have coming up.
Yeah. Well, we have basically there's a mixtape I made in the first 2 months I started rapping. And then
How long have you been rapping?
5 months now.
Okay.
Yeah. So looking back at this mixtape, it was recorded on my iPhone first of all because I didn't have equipment at the time, and I rushed it way too much. And now I just put that aside and said this is a crap mixtape. Now I'm getting down to the serious business. Now we're putting out some really really quality stuff. I don't write a song in an hour anymore. I write a song in you wouldn't believe how long it takes me to write some of my songs. Come up to come up with some of the punchlines I come up with. I think I'm well advanced.
What about people you work with?
Right now I'm working a lot with Mac Vibes, working with Zach Echo. I might be working with Ill Vibes.
Ill Vibe?
Ill
From
Vibe
Toronto?
From Toronto.
T Dot.
Yeah,
Shouts to Ill Vibe. Shouts to Mac Vibes.
Yeah.
Shouts to Echo.
Shouts to Echo.
Okay.
He's going to also be shooting a music video of mine, talking about Ill Vibe. It's this upcoming song we have called Anxiety. And the music video is going to be wicked for this.
So explain why you're not a little looser. It's because you have anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
Or else you'd be cracking up right now with the camera.
Yeah.
You just try to stay as calm and composed as possible.
I'm just trying to get through and survive.
It's okay, bro. Let loose. It's all good.
Yeah. Let's chill out.
Anyways, so talk to me about some of your influences. I mean, clearly you have, pages of people on your wall. I could see B.O.B. up here. I could see 300, Nicki Minaj, Eminem's daughter, the Illuminati, Eminem himself, Superman, 50 Cent, who else? Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Eminem,
Tech Nine, KOD.
Tech Nine, yeah.
A lot of these mythological gods, probably. Star Wars,
yeah.
Bruno Mars. So you're really everywhere with this type of stuff. Where do you really, where does your influence really stem from?
Well, actually, most of the artists that I put up on the wall have similar problems to me. At least I've kind of analyzed their music, and I feel like I could relate to some of their songs. Nicki Minaj talks about all these alter egos and stuff. I had a phase where I was convinced I had an alter ego, and I put up Illuminati because this was just a phase I was going through. I was like, oh my god, I want to be Illuminati. It was just part of the bipolar me, who just wants to be crazy and just follow all these crazy trends. I haven't actually been following Illuminati lately. I think that it was just something going on in my head. It was just entertaining for me, just to go around saying I'm Illuminati. But I'm gonna take that down.
All right, sounds good.
But for me, it's Eminem all the way.
That's your favorite rapper?
Absolute favorite rapper. When his new album's gonna come out, I'm gonna be listening to that for 3 days straight without listening to any other song. I'm not even joking. I'm gonna do it till I just know the album off by heart.
Okay, and who are your more older influences then?
Older in hip hop?
Yeah.
I'm just following the new hip hop. I would say the first rapper who really got me into rap was Eminem, and then from there I found Tech Nine. From there I found guys like Hobson. I don't have a picture of Hobson on the wall, but Hobson is absolute.
I think you do.
I do. Yeah, it could. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, Hobson. Right there. That's Hobson.
Yeah. So for me, I find Eminem and Hobson are very similar. Very talented lyricists.
Did you know that Hobson's main influence is Eminem too?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Okay. He's even said it.
Oh yeah, and there's
And he hates that
comparison.
people say it. He hates that people compare.
Yeah, comparing. Yeah.
He hates it.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's okay. People aren't going to compare you to anybody. You're your own type of guy, right? So, people with your disorder obviously have multiple symptoms, and I mean, your songs are all about relating back to those people, or people just in general, and making them laugh, or making them cry, or moving them in a certain way. What do you think that your best what do you think that your best influence, or your biggest challenge is as a rapper, in order for you to actually make some of the lyrics you create to relate to your fans?
Very good question again. I think the main goal is to get my story out there, and people are going to be very impressed with my story, knowing I have anxiety, I have bipolar, I have so many challenges. People are going to be amazed, and that itself is going to inspire them to say, if he could do it, I can do it. I try to stay as confident as possible, during these horrible times. I mean, imagine being in the hospital for 6 weeks. Everyone's coming to visit you. Everyone feels bad for you. I try to be a warrior. I try to fight. Back when I was training in triathlon, my goal was to go to the Olympics, and it was so devastating being in the hospital and when I should have been training. But I fought for months and months to try to do it. Eventually, I just said, you know what, it's not working. I'm gonna go fight in something else, fight in something I'm meant for, and I think music is what I'm meant for.
Alright, so any last words for the fans?
Yeah, basically, it's gonna be a long roller coaster ride. We're gonna, for me, I'm gonna have a lot of difficulties going forward, and I'm gonna fight through them, and I'm gonna give you guys some crazy songs, songs that you wouldn't believe are possible. I'm just gonna share my life story into these songs, and wherever my life goes, if I'm happy, the songs will come happy. If I'm having a hard time, I hope you stick with me through those hard times. And you look at some of the songs where they come out very sad, and instead of turning your back and saying, this guy's just
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, but if I make a sad song, and all of you are saying like, oh, you're such a pussy, like, what is this? Like, you gotta stop complaining. Basically, you can just get out of here, because I really don't need that. If you're gonna listen to my songs, and try to judge me for going through those problems, that's your business. I hope that everyone's on my side, whether I'm manic, whether I'm depressed, whether I'm anxious, whether I'm normal. I want loyal fans, and I want to prove to my fans that I can conquer a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. This has been a localeverything.blogspot.ca production. Find this and more at www.localeverything.blogspot.com. Again, localeverything.blogspot.com. And
smile.
that's Daniac the Maniac. You can find him and more there. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Have fun.
Yeah.
Ciao.